Welcome back to Full Steam Ahead. Today we are talking about Echo Point Nova. This is a first-person shooter from Greylock Studio, as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner. And I'm super excited to talk about this one. I've been having a great time so far. So, what is Echo Point Nova? As I said before, it's a open-world first-person shooter. But let's take a look at what it plays like here. So here I am. I'm in Echo Point Nova. I can move around as you might expect. And what is the goal of this game? I said it's an open world first-person shooter, but really what's going on? So I pulled up the map here and you can see how big the map is. There's a bunch of different sort of points here on the map. Now, I think the green indicates that I've found everything on those islands, which means I have a lot of things that I've missed, but the white indicates that I've visited it at least. So you can see here I have a couple of different guns. And when I say a couple, I mean far more than a couple. I've got a hoverboard, which gives off a fun trail that I can now triple jump. I've got a grappling hook. So all sorts of different things. And then when I push tab and I'm on the ground, I can pull up sort of a menu. You can see all of those guns I have, including a couple of different ones within each slot. If I can actually do it. There we go. And actually, maybe I should swap these out so I can use the different ones here. Since I've been slacking, I think. Okay, I think I've done what I want. So there's a lot going on here in terms of customizability, but how does it play? Which is maybe the biggest question you have. So this is what I would describe as a first-person movement shooter, far more than anything else. And to some people that may be this game's biggest strength, as it is to me. And to others, I think it might be considered a sort of weakness. Like, this, to me, is a gamer's game. Capital G gamers. There's a lot going on. So let's go try to get into some combat, just to show you, you know, what you might expect. So each of these flags, actually, let's do one that I've already done. That's why I teleported here. Got a little ground pound there. So each of these flags represents a little challenge. So you can see there's it says begin scan, so the scan is sort of like a combat challenge, and it says enemy count 24. So if I start this fight, I'm going to start moving around, because that's going to, as soon as I start the fight, some enemies are going to spawn. So the goal here is just to eliminate all the enemies. And when I say this is the movement shooter, I can basically just start flying around the arena here. And I can use a combination of all my movement tech. So I have this hoverboard, which gives me a more floaty jump. It also allows me to ride up the walls. This grappling hook, which can hook onto any surface and enemies. And I've got a melee attack, which if I push F, will knock someone out, generally in one hit, except in certain circumstances. And then I've got all of my different guns here. The other thing that happens is that as you're playing the game, as you kill enemies with the guns that you are provided by the game, they get upgraded. So my shotgun here, it shoots twice every time I click, and it has a silencer, which I actually don't know what the silencer does mechanically. And then I also have the ability to slow time here, which I just did right there, which is handy because this game is so fast. Oh, there we go. Okay, unfocused there. So there's a lot going on in this game. It's really fast-paced, adrenaline junkie gameplay. which for some people is exactly what you're looking for. And the whole point of the game is just to fly around this large open world map, these islands in the sky, and just complete these combat challenges. So yeah, that's pretty much the general flow thing. So let's do some exploring here. Maybe we'll go over here. I don't know if I can put... I don't think I can put a marker on the map, so we just sort of have to work our way over there. But there are giant beams of light in the sky that help us figure out where we're going. So let's use that to guide our way over here. Now, in terms of story, this is the story. You see these points on the map. They're sort of like map icons. Maybe you might see that in something like Pokemon Go or whatever. And when you walk up to it, you get a small little text box that pops up. So it says, "I've killed over 100 Bangalore goons. The universe is a safer place." So just small little snippets of story, nothing truly explicit. There's no cutscenes or anything like that. This game is all about the fast-paced gameplay, and I've been really enjoying it. I don't think that this game is for everyone because of that, though. I think that there's a level of you have to be into this sort of thing. If you like games like Ultra Kill or the newer Doom game, any of these sort of arcadey movement-based shooters, they give you a bunch of tools to move around and sort of handle the enemies in front of you, you'll probably enjoy this game. And the gunplay itself feels incredible. Alright, so let's do this one. Let's start her up. Sparse. So you can see in this combat I've actually got some larger mech units that are firing missiles and large machine guns at me. Now they have more health than the average, so we've got a whole arsenal. There's also rocket jumping in the game, which is another movement tech that I have yet to master. I'm 1 health and I've died. Alright, so we gotta run it back. I would say that one of the things I really enjoy about this game is the simplicity. It does what it says on the tin. Even though the tin says Echo Point Nova, that doesn't necessarily evoke the idea of fast-paced movement shooting gameplay. I do think it makes a promise of that type of thing, and it definitely fulfills that very well. Oh no, maybe I'll get some shots here. Oh. I need to maybe lower my sensitivity so I'm able to aim more effectively. But I am moving pretty quickly. I actually think I've been missing that these mechs have like a giant red spot on them. I should probably utilize that. It's probably a weak spot. That melee weapon has a lot of range on it. Now these guys dropped a little swirly on the ground, which can be used as a jump pad, which is very nice. Ooh. Yeah, that is definitely a weak spot. It looked like an explosive barrel or something. Definitely an easier way to dispatch those enemies. Oh, I'm taking all the damage. playing too fast and loose. Yeah, not good gameplay from me. I don't normally have this much trouble. But yeah, this is Echo Point Nova. I'm loving the sort of gameplay. If I wanted to go back and attempt that challenge again, I could. I can also just, you know, vibe out and play with some movement, which is also just an enjoyable time. There's a lot going on. I have the ability to throw out 2 of these grappling hooks. And then also there's a little exploration. This is very reminiscent of, you know, other movement games where there's just little orbs you can gather up. And up in the top left-hand corner, you can see it says next, or agility 2. I think that means if I gather 2 more of those green orbs, I get an additional movement skill. So there is definitely benefit to exploring around the map. It's just a lot going on in terms of things to do. It's definitely a vibe-based game. Lots of tasks without any sort of real reason behind them, and that's okay. It definitely has its place in this sort of environment, and I've been enjoying it greatly. A lot of exceptional games just have this, you know, how do I say it? Guideless sort of free-form gameplay. Now, I do know there are bosses. So if we look at the map here, you can see these large sort of arenas. Actually, right here, there's this big monster-looking thing. So there are bosses that utilize that movement tech more so, and they have different mechanics based around them, and lots of enemies spawn, things like that. I have yet to encounter one of those. I did one in the demo probably a year ago, so I'm looking forward to seeing how the game has evolved since I played that demo. But yes, pick up Echo Point Nova if this sounds like a fun game to you. Again, movement-based first-person shooter, a ton of fun, a ton of kinetic, fast-paced energy. And if this is all you wanted to see about this, then feel free to stop the video here. Go ahead, like and subscribe. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just have some gameplay here on the back end of the video. I'm going to mute my microphone and just sort of vibe out, turn up the volume a little bit, and show off the game. All right, have a great rest of the day, and party on.